Hello, and welcome back to another live stream with another achievement of the week from RetroAchievements. I know, it's I'm way too late with this. Like 2 days late compared to my usual schedule, but I've just been really struggling with the motivation to do anything, honestly, this whole week. But I'm here today, so yeah. This week's game, Warriors of Fate, with an achievement that I could have sworn was different just yesterday. I'm pretty sure they changed this achievement. And then the actual achievement in the game, not switched achievement of the week, during the week that it's the achievement of the week. But currently the achievement is Defying Fate. Defeat Akkila-Orkhan and finish the game on normal difficulty or higher in one-player mode. Which the change is interesting because it used to be... God, what was it exactly? I don't remember the exact wording, but it was something like finish the game by killing Akkila-Orkhan, with another achievement, finish the game by sparing Akkila-Orkhan. Now, the achievement for sparing him is still there, unchanged, but this one implies it doesn't matter if you kill him or spare him. Which, I guess it makes sense in terms of the achievement of the week, in that you don't want an achievement that basically requires you to get a specific ending for an event like this, if the ending is literally just a single change right at the end. It could make sense if it was like a bigger thing where your decisions throughout the game affect your ending, then maybe then it would make more sense to want a specific ending for achievement of the week, though even still I feel like that would be a bad idea. But here it does seem like just beating the game rather than beating it with a specific ending makes more sense. But for the overall achievement set for the game, it's kind of weird, because the game now has 2 win condition achievements, but it seems like one of them completely encompasses the other. And there's currently no achievement specifically for the kill ending, only for the spare ending. If that is correct, that the achievement of the week is for either ending. So I don't know if the achievement set is going to get some further revisions, so that like the achievement for sparing the final boss is no longer going to be a win condition, presumably, and there will be an additional achievement for killing him. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. But also another thing, actually, while I remember, I should mention this. Let me preface this by saying I don't know pretty much anything about retro gaming, so up until very recently I had no idea that back in the day when it was still CRTs, square pixels weren't the standard. So I thought it made the most sense, obviously, to have RetroArch set to have the aspect ratio for square pixels. Because obviously pixels are square, always, right? Well, apparently not. So I would like to apologize to anyone who's watched my previous streams and been annoyed at me using stretched graphics for the games. But luckily for you, I have recently been binge watching Displaced Gamers, and so I found out about all the different weird stretched pixels of these retro systems. So I adjusted it properly, so... And luckily I think for all of the games up until now it would have been just minor differences. But for this game, the pixel, like resolution aspect ratio is 16:10, I think. Whereas the screen aspect ratio, correct screen aspect ratio is 4:3. So this would have been quite noticeable stretching, but well, I now know that this is how it's supposed to look. Although there is the slight problem that the pixels aren't even sizes because I'm not using integer scaling, because it would end up with a much smaller image. But I think we can deal with that. I don't think it's really noticeable that the pixel sizes aren't entirely correct. And maybe if you look really closely at the stripes on the building at the bottom of this screen. Shanglo, a country ruled by murder and violence under the iron fist of the Dark Lord Akkila-Orkhan. Having driven his own country into ruin and despair, Akkila-Orkhan now casts his covetous eyes on his neighboring countries. As his conquering shadow spread, one man rose up against this black tide. His name was Quan Ti, and with the aid of the 5 greatest warriors and the one wisest mind in his realm, Quan Ti would fight to defend his people and lands. The battle begins. I'm not sure I read that second to last sentence correctly because it scrolled off screen, but I think that was the last word. Anyways, I forgot to start live split. Give me a moment. I just realized something was missing. Yeah, I've got the right splits loaded. Okay. So, I'm gonna restart the emulator, start the timer, and we'll get going as usual. And I think it's... yeah. My Lord Quanti is... I know. Hello. It's too quick to read. I have no idea what these are, but I like swords, so let's pick this guy. I'm not very good at beat-em-ups, but... well, it is an arcade game, so as long as you can put enough coins into it, you can beat it, and luckily playing on emulator, I have infinite coins. So... shouldn't be too difficult, or at least should be doable. The hit detection feels weird. Like, you have to be so precise with your vertical positionings. Oh my god. Okay. I have no idea how I'm doing these, like, special attacks. Okay, so how does this work? God. God. Come on. There we go. How many stages are there? Looks like there's 10. What am I doing? I have no idea. When is it gonna allow me to move on? There we go. Oh, he's almost dead. But I'm actually dead. There we go. Is this entire stage just a triple boss fight? I guess. Right. There we go. Okay, so that didn't actually count as a stage. There might be... No, looking at the achievements, I think that's the only, like, additional boss fight outside of the regular stage. Or at least, if there's more, they don't have achievements. Like, Can I not scroll? No, I can't scroll the screen left either. They're just stuck off screen. This is an interesting stage that it's not just scrolling left, but you're actually like jumping across different parts of the environment. Still some of you alive back there. Surely that's everyone. Dang it. Is that? Yeah, that's the boss. Okay. That was stage 4. So 6 more. Let me move on like bit by bit as I defeat these enemies. You know, I thought typically in beat 'em ups it's more like you defeat everyone in an area, then you can move on to the next area, then you defeat everyone there. thought that might be the case, that the jump button while on a horse is used to turn around. I'm not sure if having a horse actually gives you any sort of real advantage. Are these dead? Okay, they're dead. They're not like sleeping enemies like in those other levels. Yeah. Oh my god, he got so much range with his freaking attacks. There we go. Am I going left this time? Yeah, apparently. Really thank God for the unlimited continues. Yeah, just a whole bunch of these guys. Kind of funny how the enemies like spawn and you just see all the weapons pop up at the screen edges. I'm guessing since on CRTs the image isn't necessarily exactly aligned with the screen perfectly, that might have been hidden on an actual machine, but on emulator it just looks funny. Although I don't know, the HUD at the top is reaches all the way to the edges of the screen, so maybe that's not the case. And it would have also been visible on a real arcade machine. That's one of the bosses done. And now just the other guy. Jesus Christ, what the hell even happened there? Four more stages now. Okay, I don't know what I'm getting half of these achievements for. Right. I guess another bonus stage. Yeah. Around 7 or stage 7. Or level 7 or whatever else you want to call it. Oh my... Okay, so that guy's just gonna look in from the side. Yes, I'd love to go, but apparently I still need to deal with this one last enemy. One thing I will say is I'm not sure how to feel about the fact that every time you like die, lose a life, when it drops you in, it actually deals a lot of damage to all the enemies on screen. Like Like, I get throwing them away from where you land, so you have a bit of breathing room immediately after jumping back in, but dealing damage to all of them feels a bit... yeah, I don't know how to say it. I kind of like the games being patronizing. Like, okay, you can't deal with this? Okay, let me take out half of the health of all the enemies on screen. I mean, I know that I'm not exactly making this some, like, super difficult challenge by using all the infinite continues, so maybe complaining about the game making things easier is kind of doesn't really make sense here. Like, obviously I can't actually deal with the game's difficulty, and yet I'm complaining that it's making things too easy, but I'm complaining about the way the game's making things easier rather than the fact that it's making things easier. Right. Three more levels. Stages, rounds, again, whatever you wanna call them. The game calls them rounds, the achievements call them stages, so I'm gonna call them levels just to make things even more confusing. Why the hell did these guys attack the boxes behind them instead of me? Is this something I can pick up? Yeah. Okay, so that's how we're gonna deal with the locked door. Again, the game's telling me go, but the screen isn't scrolling. Is that broken? Okay, so you actually have to also be pressing the button in the direction to turn the horse around. That's why it seemed like it sometimes wasn't working. What was that? Stage 8. Wait, I said I was gonna call them levels. Level 8. Okay, what do I do now? Okay. Just need to wait on the screen transitions longer than you'd expect. Finally managed to hit someone with the throwing knife. What is going on? Did they really think that blowing up the bridge would make a difference if the water is this shallow? My God. God. Oh my, stop with the bloody arrows. What, I'm still alive? Oh, no, I'm not. Fine. Yeah, just a freaking stun lock. Okay, one more level, I think. Or just a boss fight. I'm not sure how exactly it's going to work here. If there is going to be a final... And let me double check that. Yeah, the achievement of the week triggered. Okay, relatively short achievement of the week. I'm guessing that achievement was for a total score. The defeat of Akkila-Orkhan. Yeah, no, it's still going too fast for me to read. I have no idea how I would ever be able to finish this game without unlimited continues. Like I said, I just stuck at beaten ups. But maybe I could get better if I actually practiced more. I haven't really played many to begin with, so... What were all the achievements that I was getting? Clear stage 1 with a single credit. I feel like some of them I kinda teased. The ones I was getting for bosses was defeat the boss with a full health bar. But the only reason I got that was because I hit a continue immediately before defeating them. Yeah, score at least 2.5 million points. And the new recruit was just for for the character. Yeah, final time 1 hour 28.87 seconds for today's achievement of the week. I might finally get back to Silksong on the weekend, but as I said, my motivation to do anything recently has been so like inconsistent that I can't promise anything, but maybe. Also, actually, another thing that I meant to say at the start of the stream, but I guess I might as well say it right now. Arcade games can be so annoying to set up to emulate compared to console games. It's like not only did I have to find the specific version of the game that's supported on RetroAchievements, the RetroArch core that supports RetroAchievements for arcade games also apparently needs some special format that isn't like the default go-to format, so I even needed a specific format of the specific version of the ROM to be able to actually get it to work. And then for some reason this emulator core for RetroArch has some setting that is on by default but prevents RetroAchievements hardcore mode from working. And just having hardcore mode enabled in RetroArch doesn't just set that setting to disabled by default. No, you have to go in there, disable it manually, and then you can play. I actually forgot to double check that that was definitely disabled, but the achievement's unlocked, so thankfully it was. But yeah, this was a lot more of a pain to set up than any of the console games. But yeah, another achievement of the week done, and we're gonna be starting another month next week as well. So yeah, I don't know when I'm actually going to stream next, but at some point, probably. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, so you know what to do. Do it with style. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and if you're watching at a later time, leave a comment. And other than that, thanks for watching.